If there's ever a person that you want to listen to when it comes to digital marketing, this is your guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see Dennis.
Thanks, Cindy and Pete. I'm Dennis Consorte, and I'm going to tell you about digital marketing funnels. The easiest way to explain a digital marketing funnel is you have three parts: top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. And at the top, that's where you're going to pour all of your leads into your sales and marketing pipeline. And then through the middle of funnel, you're nurturing those leads to the point of conversion at the bottom of funnel where they make a buying decision. Now, you can do this in so many ways through digital marketing, but I only have time to talk about some of those ways. So I'll focus on email and CRM. A great way to get people into your digital marketing funnel is through lead generation using a landing page or a form on Google AdWords or Facebook. Let's say you're an executive coach and you want to get new customers. Well, the first thing you should do is create personas for each of the customers who you want to target. So let's say one type of customer is a merchandising manager at a Fortune 500 company. You know you can do well with them and they become great coaching clients who stay with you for a long time. So what you do is you create a persona, which is basically a biography on this person. And you can make up the information if you want to. You can make up a name, a gender, age, and some other information, as well as potential problems they may face in their job. But another way to do it is to look up actual people on the internet. So, for example, you can do a search for Walmart executives and find their chief merchandising officer, let's call him Scott, and base your persona on that actual person. So Scott is male, he's in his mid-50s, which makes him a baby boomer, and he's from Arkansas, which is very different than, say, New York City. So one of the problems that immediately comes to mind is Scott probably has challenges connecting with millennials from places like New York City. So if I wanted to capture that lead, I might drive somebody like Scott to a landing page where he can download a PDF with a title like How to Connect with Millennials If You're a Boomer Executive. Now if Scott lands on that page and all it costs him is to fill in his email address and some other information, of course he's going to do it because that PDF speaks to his specific needs and he can get valuable information at virtually no cost. Now, once Scott downloads that PDF, he is now in your funnel. And that's where you start driving him towards the bottom of funnel. And you do that through an email sequence where you're sending messages based on the actual content he downloaded. So if he downloaded that PDF regarding boomer executives and millennials, you're going to start sending him content that's related to that. But here's where it gets really interesting. We're now in the middle of funnel where you're trying to just really establish trust and authority in your industry. And you might send him a message that is a case study on merchandising. And he clicks through and he reads it, and maybe he clicks through and downloads another PDF on that case study. If he does that, then what you do is you take Scott, you take him off of that original list, and you put him on a different email sequence just for merchandisers. And you send him more messages that are now much closer to who he is. And now you're really establishing trust, and now you're really personalizing Scott's experience so that by the time he gets to the bottom of funnel, he really trusts you, he understands that you are an authority in your space, he understands that you can speak to his specific needs, and Scott's going to contact you. And when he does, you're going to be one of his top choices. Now, here's where a CRM gets really interesting, because if you do it right, you can track all of your interactions with Scott on social media, on email, on the phone, through whatever means you use. And if you have that history of contact, and if you can see all of the emails that Scott opened, then you have a really good picture of who Scott is and what his needs are. And then you can have a really personalized conversation with him which is going to increase your chances of doing business. Now, I could talk about this forever, but I only have a few minutes, so look me up on LinkedIn. My name is Dennis Consorte, and if you want to speak specifically about CRM, reach out to Pete Romano directly. And on that note, I'll pass it back to our host.
Segwik truly believes that all small businesses deserve an edge.